Hey, what's happening everyone, Journeyman here, and welcome back to Weston Super Mare. In today's episode, we take on Sutton United at home at the Woodspring Stadium. So there's been a couple of games since the last episode. Let's take a look at the fixtures and results. So we followed up the 4-1 win over Kiddersmans with a 2-1 defeat against Maidstone. Very disappointing display, despite having most of the possession, having most of the chances, but unfortunately Maidstone caught us on the counter-attack. As you can see, 3 shots on goal, 3 shots on target, and they won the game 2-1. So very, very disappointing display all the way around. Then we drew 1-1 against Grimsby. Another disappointing one just because we conceded a goal late on from Greg Lower. And James Jenkins did continue his good run of form. As you can see, a goal in the 18th minute gave us the lead, but we just couldn't hold on at the very end. Then we followed up with a 2-1 victory over Barrow. This is a much better display all the way around. Goals from Connor Harris and then Josh Cook getting his first goal for the club. That's his first goal in 10 league starts for us, so it's great to see him get off the mark. Hopefully that'll be a catalyst for more goals to come. But despite that, it was a pretty good display all the way around. So let's go ahead and talk about today's game. We're up against Sutton United, who currently sit 4th in the table. As you can see here, we currently sit 18th, and we're just 5 points behind them. So it's been a really tight start to the season in the middle of the pack here. Early goings looks like it could be anyone's, honestly. If we pick up form, hopefully we can try and move away into the upper half of the table and maybe push playoffs. But again, it's a long way to go. And let's start off that hopefulness with a little bit of a win today. So we're playing Sutton United at home. As I mentioned, they play a 4-5-1 formation. Top goal scorer is Noel Embo, who is on loan from Gillingham. Obviously 6'3", he's going to be a big guy. Looks like he's a little bit fast as well. Acceleration is not great, but he looks like he's strong and quick, and it could be a problem for our defense. Then we have Chris Lester on the right wing with 4 assists so far this season. 6'2", he's a big tall winger, a little bit of pace as well, so he's going to be pretty dangerous. And then the left wing is going to be Ross Stern, a player I'm actually pretty familiar with. Not outstanding, but nevertheless he's a pretty solid signing for them. So let's go into today's fixture. Let's go into today's news, as I say. Reece Wedderburn's going to play on the bench instead of Harvey Bradbury. Wedderburn has been out the last couple of weeks with an injury, so it's good to have him back in the squad. He's actually still our leading goal scorer with 4 goals, believe it or not. So this is how we line up: Adam in goal, Kane Smith at right back, Devine and Cadman through the middle defence, Maguire on the left back position. He's kind of slots in at left back. And then we have Fahad, Conlon, Dulcer, Jenkins, Harris, and then Cook leading the line. So, we'll go into today's game. Hopefully we can continue our little bit of a good run of form. Obviously 2 wins in the last 4 games, only 1 defeat. So I'm hoping we can start to stabilize a little bit and move up the table. So if you look, actually they've got a few players that are currently struggling with injuries. In fact, most of the bench is injured, and the starting right back is going to be injured as well. So we're actually going to go hard on the right back. Hopefully we can maybe get him off the field. A little bit of a mean tactic, but nevertheless it usually works in Football Manager. So let's get this team talk done and over with so we can start today's action. So as I mentioned, I'm hoping we can win today. That'll catapult us up the table a little bit. As you can see, it's really, really tight in there. We're on 14 points and the playoffs is 18. So hopefully a win today will bring us closer to that 5th spot in the table. Alright, early chance here for Sutton United. Stern whips it in. Connor makes a good clearance, and this might lead to a counter-attack. Jenkins hits it forward to Connor Harris. Go on, Connor. Gets in there, son. Oh, terrible, terrible finish from Connor Harris there. He should at least hit the target. Alright, goal kick here. Plays to Maguire. Maguire hits it long for Cook, but he can't win it. Bentley plays out to Leicester. Maguire does well to win it back, but he gives it away cheaply back to Leicester. We're swarming in there. I like to see that kind of defense. Conlon to Maguire to Jenkins. Back to Conlon. He's been pretty average this season. Expected more from him. Cook hits it long. Oh, mistake from Gilchrist. Harris is through on goal. Harris shoots and scores. Gets in there, Connor Harris. That's his 4th goal of the season from the man on loan. Look at that forehead. He's got a gigantic forehead. I just realised. I've got to check that out. He has got a freaking massive forehead. Take a look at that guy. He looks like a conehead. Remember that movie or TV show from the 80s? I forgot what it was, but the Coneheads? He looks just like one of the Coneheads. I can't believe I'm just noticing that right now. That's pretty awful. Okay, so approaching halftime here, and things are really, really tight so far. Only those 2 clear-cut chances there for Connor Harris. Obviously, he finished one of them, which has given us the lead. And Mbo knocks down Smith here, and says Mbo could be in trouble. This could be a red card for him, and that would be a real boost to get the top score off the field. And it is a straight red card for Noel Mbo, and that has put him down to 10 men, and that's a leading goal scorer off the field, so that definitely gives us an advantage going into the second half. Speaking of, there should be about halftime right now. Come on, ref, had enough. Alright, so halftime whistle has blown, and so far we're doing really, really well. Really solid so far against a team that are doing well in the table. And obviously, I would like to maybe get a second goal just to kill the game off. So here's maybe an early chance. Maguire to Jenkins to Dulcia to Harris, Connor Conehead Harris gets his second goal of the game, 5th of the season, 2-0 up within 2 minutes of the second half starting. Great finish there from Connor Harris. Good build-up play as well. Very tight, very neat football in the middle there. Jenkins, laid off to feet to Dulcia. Dulcia first time, and a great first time finish with left foot from the Conehead. Alright, so Conlon back to Dulcia to Jenkins. Jenkins brought down by Bailey. He's on a yellow card, so he could be sent off here. They could go down to 9 men. And yep, that's his second yellow card. Nicky Bailey has been sent off within 5 minutes of the second half starting. Sutton United are down to 10 men. So here's Dulcia from the free kick. See if he didn't capitalise, but he puts it well over the bar. Awful effort from Marco Dulcia, I should say. Anyway, here's another chance, maybe. Conlon to Dulcia. Dulcia should play back to Maguire. He finds him. Conlon to Fahad. I pronounce his name different every episode. I just noticed that. It's pretty obnoxious, but nevertheless, we call him Fahad today. Anyway, Smith back to Dulcia. Dulcia to Jenkins. It's through on goal, and a good save there from Mason in the Sutton United goal. And we're starting to control the game now. Obviously, being up by 2 players is definitely an advantage, and I think hopefully we should see this game out pretty easily. Alright, so the attack isn't quite over yet. Maguire's going to put it into Harris, who gets his hat-trick. Connor, the Conehead Harris, gets his hat-trick. What a great finish at the back post there. If that was a header, that was the complete hat-trick. Let's take a look at this replay. Great cross from Maguire. Yep, that's his header. I think that's his right foot, his left foot, and a header. That is the perfect hat-trick there for Connor Harris. Obviously playing with a lot of confidence today. Cook at the edge there, shoots and scores. That's another goal, 4th goal of the game for us. Josh Cook gets his 2nd goal of the season and 2nd in 2 games. So after a very slow start for him, he's starting to heat up a little bit, which is very pleasing stuff, since he's primarily our main goal scoring threat this season. Well, so I'm looking to him to be the main goal scoring threat, I should say. Alright, 70 minutes on the clock to make a couple changes, just freshen some legs up out there. Conlon's going to come off. Let's bring on Theo Brealey. Let's also bring off Jenkins, bring on Alves, and I'm also going to bring off Josh Cook and replace him with Reese Wedderburn up top. Alright, Fahad's going to whip this ball in the box there, cleared by Helm, and leads to a possible counter-attacking opportunity here for Sutton United. Helm hits it forward, and Biamu is through on goal. Here's a chance for him to score, and he blasts it wide. That was a good opportunity for Sutton to get a consolation goal there. Poor defending, poor line, be honest with you. Alright, so extra time is only a minute long. That'll probably call it there. Smile's going to whip this in. Ball's cleared, and that should be the full-time whistle. There's full-time at the Woodspring. Comfortable 4-0 victory. Obviously, 2 of the players getting sent off definitely helped us, but as you can see, we dominated the game pretty much from start to finish. So a hat-trick for Connor Harris, Connor the Conehead Harris, as you can see, getting his 6th goal of the season. So he's starting to play really well for us, and I'm very pleased that Josh Cook got another goal to follow up his first last week. So a very comfortable victory. Very happy with that performance, as you would expect. And with that result, it does lift us all the way now to 14th in the table, and obviously give us a much better goal difference as well. So we're now only 2 points behind Aldershot, who are currently in 5th in the table. So it definitely keeps the pressure up, us getting into the top half of the table. That was my ambition for the season. Top half with maybe a playoff push. We'll have to see a little bit later on. Let's see how form changes, because one thing we haven't been so far is consistent. We usually follow up a good display of a bad one, so we're going to have to see if we can keep this good form going. And if that's the case, then we definitely do have a chance of getting into that top half of the table and maybe making a push for the playoff spots. Who knows? But anyway, let's talk about the next episode real quick. So as of right now, we're going York next at home, the Lincoln away, Then we have Southport away from home, and then Chester home on the October 27th. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to plan to play Gateshead away from home. Let's do Gateshead away from home. I haven't played Gateshead in quite a few years on Football Manager, so let's go ahead and play Gateshead away from home on October the 30th, which is about 5 games from now if you include the FA Cup 4th qualifying round. But thank you guys so much for watching the episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Are you enjoying the series? Remember to drop a like on the video, and if you want to see more from me, make sure you click on subscribe and take a look at some of the videos I've done. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.